Hello, my name is Brennan Knight, and for this lesson plan, I have created a lesson, as you can see, on economic systems, more specifically economic systems and 7th grade social studies. To begin with this lesson, I'm going to take these terms right here and I'm going to implement them into a lesson with my students. Okay, I'm going to take these terms. The students are going to be responsible for these terms. The first activity is going to consist of taking the terms and creating a Frere model. As you can see, the Frere model is completed, is right here as an example of the exact one I'm going to use. Okay, once the students complete that, I want them to have an understanding of what is next. But before they can do that, I want to make sure they understand the vocabulary words. And I have done so by creating this Padlet right here. Okay, this Padlet right here, again, I have placed the terms right here. Students are able to share things into the Padlet and collaborate with each other to show an understanding of the economic vocabulary terms. In order to ensure that my students are understanding the vocabulary as we move along, Quizzes, I have created a formative assessment that is 17 questions, and it talks about economic terms. My students can use the computer to take this to show an understanding of a formative understanding of the vocabulary words. Now, as mentioned in the 7th grade social studies standards, these are the different countries' economic understanding is right here, SS7E1. Okay, one of the ultimate goals of this lesson is for the students to understand the economic systems and be able to create a presentation on a 7th grade social studies country. But in order for that to happen, they need to understand the terms. But once they understand the terms, they have a choice of countries. 3 of them are right here, straight out of the 7th grade standards. South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya. As you move further along the standards, you go into the Middle East, and you have Israel, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey highlighted here. Okay, so you have 6. You're up to 6 countries now, and as you move further along, you have China, India, North Korea, and South Korea, and Japan. So the students have a wide variety of choices of countries that they can use to explain a presentation, which is ultimately going to say the economic system of the country they chose. They're going to create a presentation, and their peers are going to see it. Now, the presentation will be graded on a rubric, but if a student has a struggles taking notes, I have a Brain Pop video here that addresses note-taking skills. So if they're not strong in taking notes for vocabulary and whatnot, this is an opportunity for them to remediate the information. I have also created an assignment, economics vocabulary, where they will actually turn in the Frere models and with the vocabulary terms that are listed that I showed you earlier. So all of that will be used along with the rubric that is located here for their oral presentation. Okay, I do want them to be confident, and I want them to learn speaking skills, and I believe that's going to come the more prepared you are. And if you know what the expectations are, then you will do much better on this presentation. But overall, that is how I plan to not only present the information, allow my students to work together to share the ideas through Padlet, remediate through quizzes and formative assessments as well, and then I also would like for them to understand what is expected of their presentation.